Alexander Graham Bell, made by Mohamed. Who is Alexander Graham Bell? Has someone ever sent information to you through a pigeon? If not, thank Alexander Graham Bell, a Scottish inventor born on March 3, 1847, and died on 2nd of August 1922. He had several patents, most known for inventing the first telephone. He mostly studied about speech and hearing. His work of the telephone helped the understanding of sound and speech for other inventors. He also was a passionate supporter for the education of the deaf. Childhood. Alexander Graham Bell was born in 1847 Scotland. His dad was a teacher for speech and his mom was deaf, which made him curious about speech and communication. He loved experimenting and inventing things. Him and his brother even built a simple speaking machine. He would also help his father with speech exercises. When he turned 15, he was already studying about speech and sound, which later helped him in inventing the telephone. The first telephone. Alexander Graham Bell's original idea was to improve a device known as the telegraph, which would only send messages in Morse code. He aimed to improve it by transmitting human voice instead of Morse code. A couple of years later, after experimenting with sound waves and electrical signals, he had made the telephone, which would convert the vibrations of your voice into electricity. Using a wire, it could send signals to the other end where the other person could hear. Although this invention was futuristic at the time, there were some flaws, like sound quality not being clear and limited range. Fun fact, did you know the first ever telephone call, Alexander Graham Bell famously said to his partner Thomas Watson, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." How energy changes from one form to another in the telephone. You might think that the telephone was powered by a battery, but it wasn't. Instead, it used energy from your voice. When you spoke into the telephone, a part inside it would move, which created a small electrical signal. The signal transmitted through a wire to the other person, where it turns back to sound energy and the other person could hear. Energy changes form by being sound energy and transforms into electrical energy and then changes back to sound energy. This is a transmitter. It's responsible for capturing the sound. This is a diaphragm. It vibrates to convert sound energy to electrical energy. This is a wire which transmits electrical energy. And this is a receiver. The electrical energy transforms back to sound energy, and the other person can hear. How the invention contributed to the world. The telephone has contributed to the world in many different ways, like helping boost the economy by making communication more accessible, which helped in the trading and global markets. When the first model had been made, calling for help was still a long process, but throughout the years, the telephone has seen some major changes, making calling for help way faster, easier, and lifesaving. Putting economic and emergency contributions aside, the telephone has also helped people socially. Families and friends can now contact each other from different parts of the world with just a couple click of buttons. Also, as technology advances, making new friends and becoming more social is easier than ever. It has also impacted me in different ways. Like one time I got lost in a mall without the telephone, it would have taken hours to find my parents. But because of the telephone, I easily just called my parents, and after 5 minutes I was back with them. And even it helps me make plans with my friends during the weekends. Thank you for listening.